This is Colechase with a brief introduction before you launch into Cold Hit. I write action thrillers released as trilogies, so we've nicknamed them Thrillogies. You can hear the entire first trilogy of mine free on YouTube. On my channel, just look up the playlist for each book, starting with Metal Spies, and you won't miss any episodes. In 2025, I'm launching a second trilogy, so you can tell it from the first one. We're calling this one Shadowfast the Valiant Thrillogy. What you're listening to now is an audio teaser of the first 4 chapters of the first book in the new trilogy. So just to set your expectations, it will be a long time before we can finish audio production on this entire book, and it will be years before it is free. But this one part will give you the flavor of this Shadowfast tale. If you like it, you can download the ebook from any major online bookseller or purchase a paperback on Amazon. And if you happen to be listening to this near when I first post it, the Cold Hit ebook will be free to download on March 14th, 2025 from all major resellers to celebrate the release of the second book in the trilogy, which publishes on March 17th. So the whole Valiant trilogy is Book 1, Cold Hit, Book 2, Play Dumb, coming out in March, and then Book 3, Going Loud, which comes out in April. This is a terrific saga that changes Shadowfast forever. It's the first action thriller I know of set at an esports tournament, and the full story includes a computer hack that was believed impossible but becomes possible when given enough time. There are chases, shootouts, fights, kidnapping, deception, and intrigue, and the whole shebang ends with a big 3-way firefight on a rainy night at Old Growth Forest, Snoqualmie Falls. So buckle up for the Valiant trilogy, beginning with Cold Hit. One last note, my previous audiobooks were made with an AI clone of my voice. This time, for better or worse, it's really me. Leave a comment to let me know what you like and what I can do better. This is Colechase saying, chase your adventure. And now, on to Cold Hit. Chapter 1. In his career as a con artist, Quinn Richards has seen many clumsy handoffs, but this one wins a no prize for worst execution. First of all, the informer is late. Could be for a dozen harmless reasons, no big deal, but second, the informer looks terrified. That's not how a casual public drop is supposed to work. The flow of excited fans entering the sports arena's 5th floor cloaks Quinn from attention. Instead of wearing his usual all-black rock wear, he disguised himself in khaki cargo pants and a Seahawks jersey with a trucker cap. Dozens of video game fans, mostly teenage or college age, head for their seats or line up at the food kiosks or dump questionable sums of cash at the merch booths. No one cares about him because he looks like someone's dad. Perfect. Quinn leans on a tall table, sipping burnt coffee in a Go cup from the nearby Starbucks kiosk, watching Cisco's back 30 feet away. A disgruntled employee wants to pass secret data to the federal government. Quinn wasn't told what the data is, only that it's hidden in a big stainless steel, double-walled 30-ounce Stanley cup. That's smarter than using a box or a messenger bag because in recent years the big cups appear everywhere. A thick envelope or a handcuffed briefcase telegraphs, "Hey look, secret stuff." A giant mug does not. Days before, Mitnick sent Quinn the model, flow state tumbler, and color, frost, because nothing in retail is white. He bought the same cup exactly to specification. Today, they swap. Farther down the wide arena concourse, Cisco stands reading his phone, ignoring the Stanley cup he rested on the beverage table next to him. A fit, light brown guy in his mid-20s, he attracts no attention. But at the far end of the walkway, Quinn recognizes the informer, not only because he's carrying the identical big white Stanley cup, but also because he acts weird. He doesn't hold the mug easily like someone using it. Instead, he crooks his arm at a perfect 90-degree angle with the mug slightly in front of him, a mannequin modeling Stanley cups. His body language broadcasts, "Look, I have the cup." He's young and pudgy. Perhaps to blend in, he wears a green t-shirt with the logo of today's esport event. "Gonfalon Jack," it reads, in yellow letters that fairly quiver with excitement. But the t-shirt is one size too small, and his fat bulges the shirt out like sausage casing. He wears his dishwater hair long, so straight and thin his ears stick out of it. His skinny, nerd-chic glasses are years out of style. He takes 2 steps forward, then halts, glancing everywhere, wide-eyed. He sidesteps closer to the outer wall, then stops to look everywhere again, his head swiveling, his expression petrified. "I have visual," Quinn murmurs. Manny's voice rumbles in his AirPods. "Same. He looks off, Oos." Far down the concourse, behind the corporate spy, Quinn can see Manny's big Samoan head looming above everyone else. First-timer, I guess. "Spy virgin," Cooper's voice cuts in. Quinn has him stationed outdoors as backup to Danny. "Open line." Danny's husky voice rebukes Cooper over comms for not bothering to guard his language. No one should overhear the word spy when you're secretly meeting a spy. Quinn tries not to roll his eyes. These days, Cooper seems to care less than ever about doing the job perfectly. "Anyone I would date?" Rory teases. Quinn positioned her inside the arena, a legit paying customer, just in case. The first match hasn't started yet. From her seat, she can't see the informer. Manny responds, "He's your type. Baby fat, mouth breather." "Ew," Rory responds. Cooper asks, "What is this e-game thing anyway? What is Gone for Long Jack?" "Not gone for long, Gonfalon," Rory says. "Gonfalon Jack means battle flag." "Well, why not just say battle flag? What is the game?" "Nightboy says it's like flag football on acid." "What the—" "Cut the chatter," Quinn murmurs. "Focus." The comms go quiet. All the informer has to do is go to Cisco's beverage table and set down his white cup next to Cisco's identical cup. With all the speed of a glacier, the hesitant informer has made it halfway to the table. Compared to all the happy fans circulating around him, his powerful loser rays make him stand out like a toadstool in a bowl of Skittles. Quinn looks around to see if anyone observes this poor performance. He discovers something odd. In a throng of the most casually dressed youth imaginable, wearing hoodies and t-shirts and cargo shorts, 2 young white guys wear button-up dress shirts, ties, slacks, and wingtip shoes. They style their hair with a ton of product and a little hump in the front, Ivy League style. Old-school business wear to watch a video game competition? Is the throwback style a joke? Quinn doesn't see any immediate threat, but he trusts his gut. "You see these guys in ties?" he mutters. "Yeah," Manny answers. "What's their deal?" "Valiant Vigil," Manny says. "You haven't seen them in the news?" Quinn sighs. While Manny immerses himself in a sea of news feeds, Quinn believes all the feeds lie. He avoids the news unless a job makes him delve into current events. "Missed that one," he says. "It's a half-assed militia, like picture a choir you get in without auditioning." Quinn starts to answer, but doesn't, as the informant has finally made it to Cisco's table. He sets his cup next to Cisco's identical cup. Where Cisco looks casual reading his phone, the informer shoots guilty glances in all directions. Over the open team line in his AirPods, Quinn hears Cisco's voice. "Hey, Kumpa, everything's cool. Act natural, okay? Be a happy guy who loves esports." The informer gives frog eyes to Cisco. No, look somewhere else. We're strangers, remember? Now take my mug and walk away. Real easy. There's nothing to it. Just glide off to wherever you feel safe. Bye now." Cisco grabs the mug the informer brought and walks away. The informer snatches Cisco's mug from the table and hugs it like an emotional support animal. He trudges away in the opposite direction from Cisco. Cisco blends with the flow of people. Quinn can't see him now. Before he tails Cisco, Quinn takes in his surroundings again. The frog-eyed informer carries the empty mug right past him, oblivious of Quinn. The shirt and tie guys watch the frightened informer. Where everyone else blabs with a friend or reads the overhead food menus or walks with intention, they stand silently, their gazes analyzing every passerby. Their alert demeanor makes Quinn look closer. One is a generic blonde jock, not yet 30 years old. The other has a 5 o'clock shadow, dark hair, dark brows. His conservative clothes don't go with his tattoos and his hard look. Quinn knows trouble when he sees it. Chapter 2. Quinn glances at his watch, tosses his coffee cup in a trash bin, and strides away fast, pretending he just realized he's supposed to be somewhere else. "At the rendezvous," comes Manny's rumble in the AirPods. "Cisco, too." Cooper's voice adds, "Coming in, to escort." "Copy," Quinn says, "moving." As he walks past a line at a barbecue kiosk, he scans the crowd again. He's already clocked all the security guards on this floor who look paunchy, bored, and inattentive. They look like security only because of their cop-like uniforms with 20 items suspended from their belts. None of them track Quinn or the informer. Quinn walks another minute, reaching the end of the merchants on the concourse, passing the last restrooms. The concourse circles the arena with a similar broad walkway on each of the 5 floors. Normal foot traffic would follow the circle here to reach the other side of the arena. Accordion walls punctuate the walkway every 200 feet. When an attraction doesn't fill the arena seats, the facility unfolds the walls to close off portions of the venue. Right now, they're folded in tall sections next to the brick outer walls. Manny and Cisco lurk in a corner behind one of these folded-up sections. Because the dead end attracts no foot traffic, it feels isolated relative to the hustle and bustle in the retail parts of the concourse. "All right?" Quinn asks. "All good," Cisco says. He brandishes the white mug. "It's heavy. I expected a thumbstick, but it's liquid." Quinn raises an eyebrow. Manny asks, "What was with that dude? He was losing it." Quinn nods. "I'd like to know what spooked him. The man said this was a routine courier mission." "I thought we hate the man," Cisco says. "Why are we working for him again?" Manny smirks. "He got over that 'we can't pay you anything' phase." "He's giving us 30,000 reasons to try him again," Quinn says. "Whoa," Cisco's eyes widen. He examines the mug afresh. "Maybe this is the secret formula for Coke or something?" Manny continues wondering about the informer. "And why was he so late?" Cisco reacts. "Dude was good and scared. If the man is paying like that, people might fight for whatever's in here." Manny, looking past Quinn's shoulder, says, "You jinxed us, Cisco." Quinn looks behind. The 2 white guys in ties have passed the restrooms, walking toward them, staring at them with unflagging attention. He spies the hammer of a holstered gun peeking out of the blonde guy's waistband. Chapter 3. Quinn, Manny, and Cisco spread out and face the Thai guys. Quinn wonders how the blonde guy got his gun through the arena metal detectors, and the dark-haired tattoo guy's clothes make him stand out, so Quinn assumes he cannot be plainclothes security. This was supposed to be a simple pickup in a secure arena. He and his two teammates are unarmed. It made more sense to skip the guns than to work out an elaborate ruse for smuggling them through the arena metal detectors. He curses himself for guessing wrong. "You have our mug," the dark-haired guy says. "You need to give it back to us." Quinn and his crew just stare at him. "Now!" the dark-haired guy barks. Several possible responses cycle through Quinn's mind, but Manny beats him to the most appropriate one, saying, "Fuck off." "You don't want to mess with us," the blonde gunman says. His hand covers the butt of his pistol. "Give us the mug." "Wow," Quinn deadpans. "You must be real tough guys. You're really gonna fire a weapon when you're 5 floors from the exit with security on every floor?" The Thai guy with the tattoos juts his chin out and pokes Quinn in the shoulder. "Don't need a weapon, wimp. Hand over the mug." Rookie move, Quinn thinks. He recognizes the man's behavior as from the street. Amateurs swagger and puff out their chests and talk trash. An amateur tries to look hard. A professional simply does the job. 15 feet behind the Thai guys, Cooper glides up, pulling a blackjack out of his jeans pocket. "Your mistake," Cisco says. He's seen Cooper, too, and he wants to attract the Thai guy's attention. He holds the mug up by the handle at eye level. "This one is mine. Want to see what's inside it?" He fumbles with the screw-off lid as if about to open it. Oddly, the Thai guys blanch, fearful of Cisco opening the mug. They're focused entirely on Cisco as Cooper silently closes the distance. Tattoo Thai guy draws his cig, holding it close to his thigh where the rest of the concourse can't see it, while trying to intimidate them. He beckons with his other hand, a cupped finger waggle that says, "Give it here." "We can do this the easy way," he says, "or we can do this the hard way." Cooper saps him on the skull. As if a magician vanished the bones in his legs, Tattoo Thai guy sinks to the ground. Blonde Thai guy reacts, scrambling to draw his weapon. Before the barrel clears the holster, Manny straight arms his palm's heel into the blonde's nose. As the blonde rocks backwards and his free hand flies to his face, Quinn orders Cisco, "Run." Gripping the tumbler by its thick plastic handle, Cisco sprints for the stairs. Cooper saps the blonde, who falls into a heap on top of his partner. When Cooper reaches for the blonde's pistol, Quinn says, "No, don't get your prints on it." Cooper grunts assent, and instead kicks the firearm so it skids across the concrete floor, away from the stunned assailants. Tattoo Thai guy pushes groggily at blonde Thai guy's weight, which pins him to the floor. "So you're tougher than us, huh?" Cooper says. He kicks Tattoo Thai guy in the face, knocking him limp again. Quinn, Manny, and Cooper stare down at their would-be attackers. They survey the concourse. A couple of dudes approaching the restrooms glance curiously at the men on the floor, but when they see 3 men staring back at them, they put their heads down and disappear into the men's room. "Well," Quinn says brightly, smacking imaginary dust off his hands, "I think our work here is done." The 3 men scatter. Cooper takes the stairs. Quinn remembers Manny's respiratory issues, souvenirs from his breathing near the burn pits in Afghanistan, and leads him toward the elevators. Farther down the concourse, Quinn and Manny pass one of the elder uniformed security guards. "Sir," Quinn says to him. He jerks his thumb back in the direction they came from. We saw two guys with guns down at the end of the concourse. They're wearing ties. Thanks, the graying guard says. I'll look into it immediately. He pulls a walkie-talkie to his lips as Quinn and Manny keep walking. Ripple, Quinn says into the open phone line. Here, comes Danny's husky voice. Cisco's headed your way with the package. Take position. Mounting. Two armed hostiles tried to intercept. Use extreme caution. Copy. Quinn shoots a glance back. The elder guard limps toward the turn of the concourse. Far down at the end, the tie guys rise to their feet. The blonde with a bloody nose speaks into a smartphone. Tattoo tie guy's expression is murderous. Chapter 4. Cisco rates his cardio as decent because he works up a sweat every night drumming for Shadowfast, their heavy metal band. He pounds around the concourse, seeking a stairwell exit that he could have sworn was closer. The contents of the Stanley Cup slosh as he runs. He can't find an easy way to manage the weight. It's like racing while holding a kettlebell full of milk. The exit door. He hits the crash bar and plunges down the concrete stairwell. As a teen boosting autos and stealing car parts, Cisco fled cops on foot at least once a week. He retains most of the skills from back then. Light on his feet, he hops down the stairs 2 or 3 at a time. Near the end of each flight, he vaults the railing to land near the top of the next flight, shortcutting past the hairpin turns on the landings. He's made it from floor 5 to floor 3 when the door crashes open on floor 4. There he is, someone yells above him. Heavy footfalls echo like chaos in the stairwell. The railings shudder. The noise triggers Cisco's fight-or-flight reaction and he moves faster. He vaults 1 more railing. In 2 hops, he drops 5 stairs to the bottom. He hits another door with a crash bar and pow! He's reached the ground floor and the arena's parking garage. Concrete gloom envelops him. Maybe he should duck down between cars. He tunes into his breathing to check. Nah, man, there's still gas in his tank. He sprints toward a glowing rectangle a football field away in the cement dungeon, the open driveway to daylight. Halfway to the exit, he hears the door slam open behind him. A voice shouts, "Stop!" He puts his head down and pushes harder, laboring to get outdoors. His hands sweat, and the Stanley Cup threatens to slip away. He switches hands, clutching the tumbler's fat handle doggedly. A warning shot explodes, the sound larger than life in the echoing garage. A bullet pings off a concrete pillar near him. A spike of fear raises the hairs on Cisco's neck. He veers, putting the pillar between him and the pursuers. He's almost gassed out, but that shot gave him an extra kick of adrenaline. Now, instead of charging straight up the driveway, he threads between cars. He can feel he's slowing. His lungs heave from the sustained sprint. He risks a glance back and sees the tie guys racing in his direction. One plants his feet and points a gun. Cisco ducks behind a BMW's hood, then Rhodey runs for the sunlight. There are no parking spots near the entryway. Crouching behind the last car before the exit, he realizes with chagrin he'll have to cross open ground to get out. The driveway is 6 times the width of a residential driveway built so 3 lanes of cars can enter and 3 lanes can exit. He checks behind to gauge his chance of making a break for it. The tie guys stopped running. Halfway between the stairwell and the exit, they walk toward him as one of them talks on a smartphone. Cisco gulps air for a couple of deep breaths. Vamos! He charges out of the garage. Outside, the bright June sky makes him blink, willing his pupils to adapt to the sunshine. He strains to see the main entrance to the arena ahead. "Stop or I'll shoot!" The voice is impossibly close, but as his eyes adjust to the blue sky brightness, he looks behind and sees he just passed 2 more white guys in ties flanking the outside of the garage exit. Tie Guy 3, wearing a pink shirt under gray hair, holds a smartphone to his ear, and Tie Guy 4, bald, trains a pistol on Cisco. He turns to face them, slowing to a backwards walk. The baldy with the gun brings a second hand to the grip and lines up his sights on Cisco's head. "I mean it. I'll shoot. Stop." Cisco stops. He faces the garage that he just fled. 5 floors tower above him, each open to the air so idling cars don't fill the parking tower with fumes. "What do you want?" Cisco demands. "I haven't done nothing to you." Tie Guys 1 and 2 join their colleagues as Tie Guy 3 orders, "Give us the Stanley Cup." "What cup?" Cisco stalls. "You know what we mean." "Oh, you mean this?" He lifts the frost-colored mug in his hands. "It's mine." Tie Guy 1 says, "It's ours now." Tie Guy 2 says, "We won't hurt you if you give us the mug. Just do what we say, then walk away." Cisco stands, thinking. "Stop wasting time," one of the interchangeable 4 orders. "Where's Danny?" Cisco wonders. He stalls. "What is this all about? Why the ties? Why the guns? Why are you acting like you're mad at me?" Tie Guy 1 adds in a harsher tone, "You're outnumbered. Give up the mug. It's your only option." Cisco cocks his head. "Is it, though?" This concludes the audio excerpt of Cold Hit. Get the entire book from any major online bookseller, including Amazon, Apple, Barnes & Noble, Google Play, Kobo, Smashwords, and many others. Thank you for listening. This is colechase encouraging you to chase your adventure.